We'll start with the not nice stuff. The first game between yourselves and Canterbury Country, end of 2022.
Yeah.
Out here, obviously not the result you wanted, but the way the game went. What are your memories of that? I imagine it probably stung a bit.
Yeah, no, that was it did sting. We was definitely underdone. They were a good side, and I guess we were probably a little bit shell shocked with the first hour and things not going our way, and then we learnt from it. And I think it created a bit of sting for the boys to come back and do what we did in the last game. So there's that fear of Country sort of gone now, and we've got a lot of confidence, and a lot of guys have been there and done that. So pretty happy now.
Was that first loss the kind of fire in the belly that got you through that second game, going down there and obviously putting them to the sword a bit?
I guess we just changed our attitude a bit. You can't really stand back in Hawke Cup cricket against these good associations and let them come at you. Someone's got to stand up and put their hand up and do the job, and I think that's what happened down in Canterbury, which we sort of, up here we relied on the next guy to do the job rather than that person putting their hand up. So that's probably what we learnt, and it worked well.
And one of the things that was a bit of a takeaway from that game down south was that Country kind of got a bit negative, I guess, in terms of their batting innings, and you guys weren't letting them score, so they batted a hell of a long time for not a lot of runs.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that when you're kind of defending the cup, it can be a bit too easy to get into that negative mindset? You've got to try and still play positively?
I think so, but it definitely does help that you've got a first-class spinner at one end, with Jaden Lennox, who can literally hit a 50-cent coin all day. So it's they did the same to us up here with Will Williams. Class players can impact the game quite a lot, and hopefully Jaden can do sort of something similar up here. But it's not so much negativity. It's just those guys are very good players and they build pressure, and it's sort of what you do to combat that. And I think they'll change their tactics and maybe go after him a little bit, but that plays into our hands as well, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
And then since that game in November that you mentioned, winning it back down south, you've held it since through 2 challenges now. Is there a bit of kind of a bit of a sense among the group that you really want to try and build a long tenure this time around?
I think so. Yeah, we've got the group, and as you can see with the last challenge, there's 5 changes since that game. So we've got the group and we've got the depth. There's definitely a few of the guys are getting older and they want to build something special. So there's definitely that in the belly to sort of do something like that.
And do you think it's sometimes harder to hold on to the cup than it is to kind of challenge and win for it, where you've got that motivation, you're travelling away and you get to do something special, versus holding it can be a bit of a grind when you've got teams that you're their number one target, right? Yeah,
you've always got a target on your back, and people have seen you guys play in previous challenges, and they've got a plan, whereas we haven't seen a lot of these guys. They've got 4 changes as well. So it's different. It is hard. But sort of you create a formula and know what you're doing if you do it a few times. So we're slowly learning, and we're confident as well going into this game.
And in terms of preparation or game plan for playing against these guys, what's the preparation been like, and what's the plan going into this in terms of how you'll beat them?
We haven't changed a lot. We've stuck to our guns. The CD guys coming back, they're homegrown Hawke's Bay players, so they want this more than anyone. Things haven't really changed. Just done our red ball work. It was a little bit disrupted last week with Chapel Cup being white ball, but again this week things haven't changed, and people are looking good and very confident.
And then in terms of, obviously this is the 3rd game against Country, and when I spoke to Christy yesterday, he talked about it as kind of like it's 1-1 in the series and this is the decider in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you feel that there's been a bit of a rivalry formed between the 2 sides?
Yeah, I do. There's, we get on well with these guys. A lot of us, with Jack Boyle coming up here, and a lot of, I've played cricket against Sam Chamberlain since I was 15. So, there definitely is a rivalry. It's good hard cricket, but we'll enjoy a beer on Sunday no matter what. So, there's a lot of competitors in the game, and it's an enjoyable sort of camaraderie. But we'll be out there to get that sort of 2-1 series win.
And then for you personally, you've had some success in the last couple of challenges, and making that pretty crucial half century down in Rangiora. In terms of your personal play, what are your kind of goals in a game like today? Do you try and just inject yourself where you can, or is there a focus on batting versus bowling, or where do you kind of sit?
Yeah, probably batting in a game like this with Jaden Lennox and Brett Johnson. They're the mainstay spinners at the moment for us. So yeah, probably batting. Just sort of, it's like anything, knuckling down and not giving your wicket away. I sort of love the challenge, and ready to go. So yeah, batting probably in this game, and then when I need a bowl, I'm there. But we'll just see what happens.